have a question for readers. What I'd like to talk about today is language. Language as it references to us as authors who write. So, there are several languages, of course you know, and then you have regional dialects, people who speak English as a second language, American English, colloquialisms, and then just plain old slang. So, my question today is for authors of color who write in most of those, should they be forced to write in American English only? Now, me myself, I am Puerto Rican on my mom's side and Creole on my dad's side. And so I switch between the two. I don't have a book that I've written that doesn't incorporate either one of those. Those are the languages that I speak every day in my life, as well as mostly English. But I just feel like those languages are who I am as a person. And so, of course, I would want to incorporate that in the books that I write. So, once again, my question is, should authors of color, or authors who speak different languages, but mainly authors of color, should they be forced to write in American English only? Now, this series here, it is called The Concealing Crime Syndicate. It is about a crime syndicate that can be very... So, the main four factions are Russian, Puerto Rican, German, and Irish. And each of those crime syndicates speak those languages. And then you have affiliate syndicates, which are Chinese, Japanese, Persian, Pakistani, just a whole plethora, African American. And so each of these crime syndicates as well are indicative to those languages. The reason why I'm asking this question is because I got a 1-star review for this book. And now I'm not upset about the 1 star. I feel, as an author who's been doing this for 12 years, I feel that readers should always be able to express their opinions. If this reader didn't like this book, I have no issue with that. It just wasn't for her. What I do have an issue with is the fact that she brought up dialect. And she brought up the fact that the dialect between the regional dialect, the slang, all of that was confusing, and that she didn't understand it. And so she started the book 1. And so therein lies my question. Should authors of color be forced to only write in American English if they want the masses to read their work? Now, I feel like the languages that I speak is a part of me. That is who I am. My mom, my dad. I'm the cohesion of them. And so, of course, I would speak those languages. Even if I weren't fluent, I would still speak those languages. Those languages would still be incorporated into who I am as a person and how I live my life. So why would they not be in here? So, the main syndicates, the 4, Spanish, Russian, Irish, German. And so each of those characters speak those languages in these series. But you are given the definition of everything that has been said in this book right after the sentence. So that's why I'm a little confused why it would be the language that would cause this reader to leave a 1 star when you just got the definition. So once again, my question is, should authors of color who speak languages, should they not incorporate them into their books? I just feel like if these languages were not in this series, it would detract from the books, because those characters are those ethnicities. And so if you are a person of color or you speak a different language, that is who you are as a person. Like me personally, I know when my kids were younger, I would yell at them in Spanish because everybody wouldn't know what I was saying, and I might even say something I wasn't supposed to be saying. Or I might do French Creole because I don't want everyone in the vicinity of me to know what I'm saying if my kid is in here acting like he don't know no sense. And then just just basically cultural colloquialisms. We say things as people of color that hit us certain ways. Like, I'm a New Yorker. I might be on the train and I'm upset and I was like, this is dead ass getting on my nerves. Or I'm tight. Anything like that New Yorkers are going to understand. Or people of color are going to understand automatically. Like if I said I'm dead ass upset to another person of color, they would automatically know that I am seriously pissed off. And then this is a crime syndicate. So they're not going to speak like, so Wesley, I was very perturbed at what you did with your men and how they massacred mine entirely. No, they're going to be like, you done lost your mind, basically. So, as authors of color, should we be forced to write in American English only? And if we are, can we not see how that would detract from the writings themselves? Because these are the people that we are. And people of color especially. Those are parts of our lives and who we are as people. And if we can't write the way that we are and expect that the masses won't accept that as well, then does that not detract from us as authors, detract from our value of voices being put out there as well? So, you guys tell me what you think. Readers and authors, tell me what you think about colloquialisms, regional dialects, American English, and just plain old slang. Should authors of color be forced to write in American English only, detracting from who they are as people, and the masses basically discredit them or push them aside because it's not what they are used to? Give me your comments. Leave them down there. I truly want to know. And like I said, this video is not about the 1 star that the reader gave me. I'm not upset about that because if she didn't like it, she didn't like it. I don't hold any grudges like that. I think readers should be allowed to have their opinions because they make this whole thing work. And even if it wasn't her cuppa, I always look at it as it might be someone else's. So, let me know. What do you think about authors in dialects, culturalism, colloquialisms, as opposed to American English only? I know this video is long. Sorry.